How are we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. Now, on today's show, we're going to be taking a look back at all the results in the Champions League. And we're also going to be taking a look at Arsenal and Reece Nelson, because Mikel Arteta has said that he's refused to go on loan and wants to fight for his place in the Arsenal team.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
So the first place we're going to start is the Champions League results, and I'm going to go right back to Tuesday night because didn't get a chance to do them in yesterday's show, and there were plenty of matches, plenty of goals and plenty of talking points. Two of the English sides were in action as well, Liverpool and Manchester City. But the first place we're going to start is Lokomotiv Moscow against Bayern Munich. And do I even need to say who won this game? No, I don't. It was Bayern Munich. But they did leave it late. Kimmich getting the winning goal with 10 minutes to go. Goretzka put them into a lead. And then Mirashuk equalised for Lokomotiv Moscow. But Bayern Munich, they just continue to win and win and win in the Champions League. Shakhtar Donetsk against Inter Milan, and that was 0-0, and I don't think I can say much more than that. Atalanta against Ajax, a really good game this one. Ajax went into a 2-0 lead, Tadic and Traore with the goals, and Zapata scores 2 goals in the space of 6 minutes in the second half. And I'm quite surprised at that result. I thought that Ajax would have got the victory there even before the game, and especially at 2-0 you've got to see that one out. But Atlanta, they're a good side, difficult to beat, and that's a decent enough point for them given the fact they were 2-0 down. Atletico Madrid against Red Bull Salzburg, and it was 3-2 to Atletico Madrid. And I'll tell you something, if there's one thing that I say about Atletico at the moment, is that they're conceding goals. That is now 6 goals in 2 Champions League games. They've been renowned for their defensive work over the last few years, but they seem to be shipping some goals. Llorente and João Felix with a couple were enough to win the game. And the winning goal was by João Felix with 5 minutes to go. So they'll be glad to just get, their first points on the board and a victory in the Champions League group, because they're in the same one as Bayern Munich. FC Porto against Olympiacos, 2-0 for Porto. Vieira, not Patrick, and Oliveira with 5 minutes to go were enough to beat Olympiacos. Liverpool against Midtjylland, and it was a 2-0 win, and Jota scores another goal for Liverpool. I believe that was their 10,000th goal, and then Mo Salah from the penalty spot in the 93rd minute. Seems a little closer than it should have been, but Liverpool just be happy to get the points on the board and another victory. Borussia Mönchengladbach against Real Madrid. Now, I actually predicted a victory for Borussia Mönchengladbach before the game, because I just don't think Real Madrid are the same side without Cristiano Ronaldo in the Champions League. And I'll tell you something, they got out of jail with this one, finishing 2-2. Thuram put Mönchengladbach into a 2-0 lead, and then Real Madrid pulled one back in the 87th minute, Karim Benzema. And then Casemiro in the 93rd minute salvages a point. But it's not been a great start for Real Madrid. First 2 games, only 1 point. Marseille against Manchester City, and this looks like a pretty comfortable evening, to be honest, for Manchester City. Maybe the scoreline doesn't really reflect a true picture. Torres scores the first goal, and then Gundogan with 15 minutes to go, and then Raheem Sterling with 10 minutes to go make it a very comfortable evening for Manchester City. So yeah, that's all the games from Tuesday in the Champions League. Some very good results in there. A few talking points. Now, one of the talking points, and I wanted to bring this up very briefly, but something that I saw on social media yesterday involving Karim Benzema in the Real Madrid game, and I believe this was at half time, and there was a camera inside of the tunnel, and it actually catches what was being said. And even though he was covering his mouth and trying to not, let on what was being said, it was very clear. And it was that he was urging 20-year-old teammate Ferland Mendy, talking about Vinicius, and he was saying not to play the ball to him. Let me get the exact quotes, what he says, but he said, "Don't play with him. On my mother's life, he is playing against us." I'm genuinely baffed. I'm genuinely baffed. I think that is nothing short of disgraceful, to be quite honest with you. To be talking about your teammate like that. You are an experienced player within the squad. Somebody that everybody should be looking up to. The young lad is struggling for form at the moment, very clearly. And you're telling your teammate not to pass the ball in and slagging him off. That, I'm sorry, but that, for me, the more I even think about it now, that's disgusting. That's an absolute shambles. That you could be sitting there and talking like that about your teammate. A young boy as well. Nah, I'm sorry. I don't agree with that at all. I don't think Real Madrid have got the balls to do anything about it. But for me, Benzema should be taken out of the side. He should be fined. He should be reprimanded. He should be banned. That's disgusting. That is an absolute shambles. You could be talking about one of your teammates like that. A young lad as well, who's obviously going through a difficult time. What an absolute wanker. Sorry, I can't say no more than that. Really bad. Next up, we have Arsenal. Mikel Arteta has been speaking about Reece Nelson, and he has revealed that the club looked to loan out Reece Nelson during the summer, but Reece Nelson insisted he wants to stay and fight for his place in the team. The 20-year-old has played just 81 minutes of first-team football this season and did not make the bench for Sunday's Premier League defeat at Leicester, despite Willian being out injured. Nelson started 3 of the first 4 games of Arteta's reign as Arsenal boss following his appointment last December. He is likely to play some part in the Europa League game at home to Dundalk on Thursday, as Arteta explained why the England under-21 international has been played so sparingly of late. We ended up with a large squad at the end of the transfer market. We had a few plans in mind with Reece. One of them was as well to send him on loan to get more minutes because of the competition we have up front. The reality is that he's been really good in training. He wants to stay here. He wants to fight for his place. Asked why the loan did not happen, Arteta replied it was mixed reasons. Reece was not really convinced that he wanted to leave, and he wanted to stay and fight for his place. When you see that willingness and that passion and that security in a player, you feel tempted to keep him, although you know the opportunities are going to be restricted and he is not going to have a lot of continuity in his play. But things change very quickly, and if he starts playing and playing well and he does what he can do, why not? He could start to play more games. So it's pretty straightforward, that one. I think that Arsenal did have their plans from what Arteta was saying, that they wanted to send him on loan. They obviously rate Reece Nelson, and he really needs to start kicking on now with his career at Arsenal. When he had that loan spell in Germany, the way he started over there, everybody was immediately comparing him to Jadon Sancho because he was scoring goals. He was on fire. And then it all just went downhill, and he's never really rediscovered that kind of form. He seems very much a confidence player, and he's low on it at the moment. But yeah, we'll wait and see whether he gets his chance. It's really good that he's doing well in training, and he wants to be here and he wants to fight. he now needs to take those opportunities when he does play. That's the most important thing. When I see him in the Carabao Cup game against Leicester, I was really happy with his performance. I thought he played really well in that game. So it's down to him now. He's got to get the opportunities, and when he does, he's got to be able to take them. And you can't say no more fairer than that. So there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think about today's topics. Let me know what you think about that Benzema situation. I think that's out of order. Absolute awful kind of thing to say about one of your teammates. Also, the situation with Reece Nelson. Do we give him the opportunity and let him play? If you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.